welcome to my channel, Budgeting with Allie, or welcome back if you've already watched some of my other videos. If you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified anytime I post. So because of the times we're in, a lot of people are putting together their what-if budgets or emergency budgets, because either jobs are being lost or they want to be prepared for if that happens, or just in case kind of thing. So I thought it would be a good idea to just go over kind of my must-haves and my cuts and my maybes. So yeah, let's do that. So I just kind of took all of my expenses and put these into two lists. There are a couple in the expense must-haves list that I am going to mark as maybes. As in, I could cut these, I would prefer not to, but if I had to, kind of thing. So, have you guys put together this kind of budget? Or like a just in case budget? Alright. Cut. Okay, so first up, of course, is my rent. That has to be paid, non-negotiable. I could probably talk to my landlords to see about a potential, like, if I absolutely needed to, potentially taking it out a little bit later or after a certain date, but I obviously could not negotiate. That is has to be paid to keep my four walls. Insurance, I could technically live without this because when I was a student I did. I really don't want to, so that's why it is in this list, and I'm gonna highlight that in yellow. My phone is non-negotiable because obviously if I'm searching for a job, I need a way for people to get a hold of me. So, and as I could call Kudo and see if there was a way to get a cheaper rate, but I'm assuming that my rate would stay the same. Electricity has to be paid. Of course, you need power. It is what it is to keep your food cold, and that is at $75. My federal loan minimum payment has to be paid, although obviously with everything going on and that payment not being automatic and paused until September, I could technically get away without paying it, but so I'll do that in yellow as well. But I would really like to continue paying that. And the numbers I come up with at the bottom, where I determine how many months I could live job free, would be dependent on all of these numbers. So giving is another one. I would like to continue giving to my church, but if it comes down to giving and eating or keeping my four walls, then yeah, it's unfortunately got to go. And as you can tell, I did these in no particular order. So groceries is has to stay because of course I have to eat. Obviously I would be doing my best to make that grocery budget stretch maybe into 2 months rather than just one, but for right now I'm assuming. My bus, I would need a way to get places, and so I would have to pay $82.50, and my bank fee, if I don't pay that, well, I have to pay that, there's no choice. So $22.50, which altogether comes to a total of $1,663.43. And obviously I could get rid of $775. But like the federal loan would kind of be if we were still in this pandemic, then yes, I could get rid of it. Otherwise, I probably could not. Although, of course, I would follow up with the student loan people and see about cutting that if it did come to that. And giving, like I said, I wouldn't want to, but if I needed to, that's what I'd have to do. So the expenses that absolutely would get cut is Netflix, which is $13.99. Savings, I would stop saving. So it would stop those payments that come out of my paycheck. I would, of course, stop going out to eat. So that would save me $40. Same thing with my personal spending. I would stop funding that. So that's $40. And then I would get into my sinking funds. And of course, all saving for that would stop. 20, which is vacation was 20, gifts would be 50, misc would be 20, subscriptions would be another 20, hockey would be 50, and then my debt snowball, I just kind of averaged this out. And I didn't add these up to my budget, I just kind of did a general figure, but for my debt snowball, I'm assuming I would be putting at least $300 to $400 extra per paycheck. So altogether, that would come to, we'll say, and this isn't going to be exact because I realized I accidentally wrote the wrong numbers for gifts and the wrong numbers for my fund. So we'll say $640.99 to about $740.99. So my current emergency fund sits at $1,945, and I would get one last paycheck because I'm paid 2 weeks. I'm paid on a 2-week delay. So basically my second paycheck of April covers the period I worked at the end of March. So I would have that extra paycheck coming in, and that would be $1,294.99, which altogether would be $3,239.99, which I figured out to about 1 3/4 of a month that I could live on that. If I added in my current sinking fund total, which is all of the money I've saved in my sinking funds to date, that would be $1,245, which adds up to $4,484.99, which adds about another month roughly so I could live 2 3/4 months roughly on savings. So obviously I don't have a giant sinking fund. I am continuing to add to that. Emergency fund, I am continuing to add to that, just because of the times right now, even being secure in my job. But things happen sometimes, and I think it's best to be prepared. So this is what I am looking at, and I'm really hoping that I get out of this debt soon so that I can start saving for my 3 to 6 months sinking fund or emergency fund, because I would just feel much more confident. And of course, it goes to say that while I was job hunting for something in my field, I would definitely take any kind of grocery jobs, fast food jobs, whatever would help me stay afloat for longer, and so that I wouldn't have to dip into as much as my savings. But this was a nice little thought experiment, just because with everything going on, things happen. It's good to know where you can make your cuts, where you can try and save some money. So yeah. Do you have an emergency budget set up? Or like, have you contemplated what you would do if something happens? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, please do consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you'll be notified anytime I post. And don't forget to like and comment on any of my videos. I love hearing from you and knowing what's going on in your guys' lives. So until next time, bye!